Hey, what's up? So, we have all seen those wild YouTube videos promising you on how you can become a millionaire in a week. But let's be realistic. An additional $500 to $1,000 per month, that is something which you can legit make online with side hustles and is something which could help you with your bills, could help you plan an extra trip with your friends, or could just generally help you with saving up some more spare cash. And my name is Krishnav Rathi, and I have been through literally all online skills you could think of over the past 3 to 4 years. So I started out as a broke student looking for skills and ways in which I can make money online. And I've reached a point where I run a pretty successful online business now. With this video, want to share you the top 5 skills which I think are a genuine start you could do on your own and is something which won't take a lot of time. You could do it with your existing 9 to 5 or as a student as well. And could help you produce a real legit extra $500 to $1,000 per month. First up, copywriting. Now, this is the art of writing words that help sell. So think of any long form copy you have seen online, from email marketing newsletters to sales letters to website to any YouTube scripts, anything which you can think of which help converts potential customers into customers for these businesses. And that's the reason why these businesses value it, because they get a lot of traffic and eyeballs on them, and they want great copywriters to write something which helps sell their customers. Now, here's why it's great. With copywriting, you do not require any fancy credentials. You don't need a university degree or a professional writing certificate from any organization. You just need to learn the skill, which you can do from countless books and YouTube videos, and get started with writing, because the more you do, the better you become, and you are able to start making money on the day one itself with the skill stack which you develop for free. And with copywriting, everyone needs it, from e-commerce stores to online coaches to local gyms to B2B businesses. Everyone needs emails written out. Everyone needs great copy, which is just words that sell on their website. They need it in their emails. They need it on their ads. They need it everywhere, and every business requires great copy to sell their customer. And the fun thing which I personally like about copywriting is that you could be paid $300 to $500 for a single day's work, and you could do it n number of times with n number of customers or clients and businesses, and you could be paid potentially $200 to $300 every single day for just words you write on a Google Doc document. Now, here's how you can get started for free with copywriting. Number one for you is to learn the game. So you can just simply Google search the word copywriting basics, and you'll find tons of websites. Things like Copy Hackers, which is a website which shows tons of email subject lines and bodies which you can take inspiration from and start writing some of your own content. And with copywriting, it honestly takes like a weekend to get solid at it to start with and build your basics around it if you put intentional time into it. And you could practice this for free. Just open your own inbox and you'll find tons of promotional emails, and you can just rewrite those lame, boring emails into fancy, attractive emails which you feel like you would click as a consumer or a customer. And this is a great way to actually develop your skill and hone into it, and it could be a weekly practice for you as well. We never tend to open the promotions tab of our Google Gmail inbox, right? So just open your email inbox, find the promotional emails, and start rewriting whichever you think is a boring one and you think you could do a good job with. And you can create essentially a library. By the time you do it, let's say you do it every day or every weekend as well, by month 2, month 3, you will develop a library of things which you have produced, and you'll be able to see where did you start from with your copywriting, and you can see how much you excel by the end of the month 2, month 3 with the skill, and you can start using those in your own portfolio to find clients as well. Some quick ways to get started with copywriting would be obviously signing up on freelancing websites like Fiverr.com or Upwork.com. And you can also, if you're bold enough, and I think this is a great skill, is you could just reach out to businesses. Drop them a cold DM, like a cold message, or drop them a cold email. Just share what you have done. And if someone is interested and they say, hey, I'd be interested to check out what you have written, you could then potentially, you don't have to write it beforehand because you're contacting hundreds of businesses. You could then, for all the people or all the businesses that respond that they're interested to see the copy you have written for them, you could then write a copy for these businesses and share them with them, and then potentially land a meeting with them and secure them as a copywriting client. And in terms of how much you can be paid, you could easily make about $20 to $50 an hour. And I know a friend of mine who charges once he obviously he's much more experienced now, but he's able to charge $500 to $1,000 just for a single homepage of a website, a single page. So pretty good money to be made if you can actually get good at the skill. The second side hustle, which I think is great, is selling digital products online. So think of ebooks, think of printable checklists, think of mock-ups, think of design templates, anything or any item which you can create once and sell forever. And here's why it's great, because this is complete passive income. Once you have done the work, you could be watching Netflix and someone randomly on the internet from some other continent could buy a template or an ebook which you have shared online, and they could just buy it and you don't have to do any work because you did it at start just once. And it's great and it's cheap to start. You don't require any paid items or paid tools to create digital products. You could just use free things like Canva and Airtable and Notion to just create templates and sell them. When you're selling digital products, you're selling your expertise. If you're a good gardener, you could be selling gardening tutorials, gardening ebooks, checklists to other people who want to get started with gardening. You're helping others while you are selling something you are aligned with and actually have a genuine interest and expertise in. Starting out with something like this is pretty easy. You just need to pick a topic. So it could be basics and 101 around lifting weights, or wedding dress tutorials and gardening, as I mentioned, right? Just pick a topic, go to Canva, create an ebook, use an ebook template, use a checklist template from Canva itself, and customize it according to the topic you're speaking of. And then go on websites like Gumroad, which is a platform made to sell digital products. And there you can sell your ebook for anywhere between $20 to $50. And this is where the digital products start in terms of pricing. If you get good at what you're doing, you could easily scale up the amount to $100, $200, $300, $500. And imagine just every day, tens of customers buying this $20 ebook which you have produced. And you could be making anywhere between $200 to $300 every single week, every single day, depending on how many customers you're able to bring in, and as your product grows as well. The third side hustle which I recommend is local lead generation for businesses. So think of getting leads and more eyeballs and more customers for existing local businesses in your neighborhood area. And the reason why it's good is because you are working as the growth arsenal for these businesses. You are the one who's getting money in for these businesses. So what it allows you to do is have these clients to be more sticky. If you do good work, they'll continue paying you as long as you're getting them more businesses. And there's not a lot of competition, because if you start out local with your existing local neighborhood connections, nobody can compete with you on that level. When you're online, you're competing with everyone. So if you're starting out with locally, within your own neighborhood, you can start out with much lower competition as compared to going mass scale online. And the third good thing with this is you are bringing real results for real businesses. You are helping your neighborhood bakery, you're helping your neighborhood plumbing shop, you're helping your neighborhood, let's say, gym, any sort of local businesses in your surrounding where you can help them get more leads and get more business in. Here's how you can start with this. You simply need to go on Google and search up for Google Ads tutorial or Facebook Ads tutorial. You will find thousands of videos and resources from Google and Facebook themselves as well on how you can get started with lead generation ads and how you can run ads for local businesses to get more leads in. Now that is the skill part. In terms of getting a client for yourself, what you can do is just simply get in your car and drive around. If you see a local nail salon or a local shop with no website, boom, that's a prospective client. You go in, you pitch them your services on how you can create a website for them and you can get more customers in for them. Those are things which you can sell to these existing businesses. This way, if you just go through every day, you reach out, even if you open up Google Maps, you can find all neighborhood dentists, for example, and just contact to these dentists and pitch them on your services. Hey, I'll run ads for you to get more leads in, and for every appointment which you get, you could pay me X amount for these appointments. So I personally know tons of people who got started in the online space through this method. You could easily start out by charging anywhere between $500 to $600 per month for these services. and you could even charge per appointment. So $40 per appointment, $30 per appointment. Once you get good at it, you can obviously scale up your pricing to 1,000, 1,500 per month, and these people will continue to pay you as long as you're doing good work for them and getting business in from the skill which you learned for free. Moving on to skill slash side hustle number 4, AI voiceover work. Now, voiceover in itself is almost pretty much dead, since there are tons of AI tools which can do the voiceover now and can do very, very realistic sounding voiceovers for any sort of movie scripts, YouTube intros, any sort of documentaries, any sort of media work. And you can do this with existing tools like 11 Labs. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes at max to create voiceovers for scripts which are provided to you, and it's very simple, it's very self-explanatory. All you need to do is go on existing platforms like Fiverr or any freelancing platforms where you can pitch your services of voiceover work, and you can get a script from these people and you can just put it into tools like 11 Labs, and you can get a realistic sounding voiceover out of it. Now, you could potentially ask, why does the person even have to pay me for the voiceover work if they can just directly go to the AI? And that's where your real work comes in, to make the edits in the scripts, to make it sound good with AI tools, and to how to add punctuations in the script, how to make it sound more realistic or make it sound scary or more horror related, adding more effects to it. That's where your real work comes in, and that's where majority of your input, physical input, is required. But the actual voiceover work of actually producing the voice, everything is done through AI, and you could potentially charge anywhere between $50 to $100 for per gig. Number 5, and my personal favorite, appointment setting. Now, I want to be transparent with you. I am biased to say that this is the best skill because we run a coaching program where we work with existing 9 to 5ers and train them on the skill of appointment setting. But I genuinely truly believe that it is the best way to get started in the online space because you can do it flexibly. You can do it with your existing work. You can get paid fat paychecks for the work you're putting in. You are actually impacting a business's growth when you're doing and putting in your work. And this little gig which you're doing on the side could actually end up resulting into a full-time gig or a full-time role with an existing successful company. Now, what is appointment setting? It's simply like being a matchmaker between this online business and their ideal customers. So you act as a matchmaker whose entire goal is to set qualified appointments with interested leads, and for every lead that you help bring in that turns into a customer, you get a cut out of it. Any online business you can think of, selling digital products or services online, from coaching to mentorships to courses to agency services, all of these businesses need appointment setters because they are desperate to get more appointments booked in for their business, which can then turn into sales for them. You are the lifeblood of their businesses. And here's why I think it's better than all the other 4 skills which I mentioned. So similar to copywriting, you don't require any professional degree for this. You just need to get good at the art of communication to be able to attract customers for these businesses. Instead of developing your own little digital product, you get to leverage existing digital products online from successful businesses and just get a cut out of it. And these products could range anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 to $5,000 and even beyond that. And like lead generation, you are driving growth. A single call that you helped set for this business or an appointment that you helped set for this business could convert into a $2,000 to $3,000 client. So you are a very high value asset for this business. And similar to AI voiceovers, you can charge as you go. As you master the skill, you can increase the prices or your commission rate out of every deal as you get more experience under your hand and as you get more time in the space and more conversations you have, and just get better as an appointment setter. Now, coming to the big question, how much can you actually make? As an appointment setter, you can make anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000 starting out with a business. And slowly as you learn the skill, you can scale up to the 4 to 5K per month mark. And I know some people who have already hit the 6-figure yearly run rate with appointment setting. Now, if you want to get started with appointment setting, then feel free to check out my other videos on the channel itself. They should give you a good understanding of what appointment setting is, how it works, and how you can actually get started with the skill and get paid to be an appointment setter. And if you want a more proven roadmap alternatively, then feel free to check out our free training link below. It should explain you everything around the skill, how you can get started, and if you qualify, how you can even apply to work with our coaching program, where we work with existing 9 to 5ers and train them on the skill and actually help them get placed as well. So there you go. 5 bangers to actually help you make a realistic amount of anywhere between $500 to $1,000 every single month, from local lead generation to selling digital products online to copywriting to AI voiceover and obviously the champ appointment setting. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.